Hey guys, Mo Muller here. I run an agency called Niche Website Management where we help clients with starter sites all the way up to those worth over $1 million in valuation to grow and scale their websites. And in these free videos, I'm going to help you do exactly the same. So let's get into this video. So generally, there's at least 5 marketplaces that I would recommend you investigate to buy online businesses. And I'm going to go through in this video exactly what those 5 are, including my number 1 favorite and one of the places that I probably go to more often to buy scalable businesses and niche website businesses. So let's get into this video now. So the first place, probably one of the most obvious places, is Flippa, flippa.com. If you haven't heard about Flippa, they are a marketplace to buy and sell businesses. Not just content sites, they have FBA businesses, they have SaaS businesses, they also have e-commerce brands. So they have a wide variety of businesses, and I feel like they've been around for probably the longest of all that I'm going to mention today. So lots and lots of history. Flippa is very, very easy to navigate as well. So let's just quickly check out the homepage. So essentially, you'd come into the homepage and you'd add in what type of business you're looking to buy, as you can see here. You scroll down, you can also see that they have different categories for different businesses. So it's very, very easy and user-friendly to navigate the website. If I'm being honest, this is a new navigation because the old navigation wasn't as pretty as this. But nonetheless, very, very simple to use Flippa. As you can see here, and you can scroll through and change the different businesses, and also you can filter by price as well. I'll log into my account in a second. They also have a cool feature at the bottom, or if you keep scrolling down, where if you have a smaller budget, then you can just very quickly see the best value deals that they currently have on Flippa, and obviously go through. If you sign up, or when you sign up, you'll have a lot more data. So for example, it'll look a little bit like this, and then you can scroll through, you can change and filter by keyword, asset types, website types, etc. Now, generally, I feel like Flippa has the most amount of kind of businesses, assets for sale, essentially. So it's probably an easy place to find the businesses. The only small issue that I have is sometimes you have to vet them independently. So you have to understand what it is you're looking for and understand how to do due diligence. And if you don't, you're going to have to probably outsource that. Obviously, for spending $1,000, maybe $2,000 and under, it's not as risky because it's a small amount of money. But obviously, for spending over a certain amount, 5 figures plus, you're going to have to understand what you're buying. They have got better in terms of their due diligence, but it's still essentially down to the buyer. So bear that in mind. So definitely the first place I'd recommend is Flippa. Take a look at that. The next marketplace on our list is going to be Empire Flippers. Again, very established brand. They've probably been around for several years now. I want to say about 7 or 8 years. Very, very trustworthy website, very, very trustworthy marketplace, and some of the best support that I've ever received when buying any businesses online. So very, very simple to use as well. You can, again, scroll through listings. They have some on the homepage as well. You can filter the listings by monetization models, different niches, monthly net profits, and also price. As you can see, there are lots selling in the millions and lots of selling in the several thousands. Let's take a look at all the listings. Again, lots of different ways to filter between price, between monetization models. Of course, if you're looking for content sites, you want to hit content, or possibly even Amazon Associate. And then it's going to give you the filters for each and every listing. One of the cool things about Empire Flippers is that they do have a lot of vetted websites and businesses coming in on a weekly basis, and you usually get an email, I think it's at the beginning of the week, Monday or Tuesday, where they shoot an email out and just give you the top 7, top 10 businesses that have just been vetted and added to the marketplace. So that's super cool to use. Obviously, with Empire Flippers, it's not an open marketplace, so you do have to sign up, you do have to log in, and they do vet your the amount of cash that you have available, so that not anyone can access and see the business and unlock the listing. So not everyone's going to be able to unlock the listing if you obviously can't afford it, which probably is a good thing. So if they'll only allow you to, for example, see this music website, if you have in and around, I think it's like 300,000, and it's like 1.5x of whatever you're vetted to have. There's lots of resources on how they vet, and essentially you just need to have that cash in your bank, and they'll be able to take some screenshots, etc. And then they're happy to unlock the listing for you. Once you're unlocked, you get a certain amount of listings per month, and you can unlock pretty much anything that you want within that price range. But besides all that, generally Empire Flippers have some of the best businesses that I've ever seen and bought, and it's probably definitely one of the places that I'd recommend. So Empire Flippers is second on the list. Very, very good support, bear that in mind. This next kind of marketplace that I would recommend and have picked up something from is called Motion Invest. Motion Invest is a slightly newer marketplace, but still has very, very good content sites, still has very, very good service as well. And you can obviously buy and of course sell websites on Motion Invest as well. Let's pop into buy. So here's going to give you some information on the sites that you can buy, but let's go and hit view available sites. Again, you need to sign up, but with Motion Invest, it's all free as long as you have an account. And then you'll be able to see the listings. You can also filter as well by niche, price, age, etc. On the left-hand side. And then you can see on the right-hand side the listings that they have available. As you can see, it's a lot lower in terms of the monthly income and the asking price as possibly Flippa or even Empire Flippers was. But they do still have 5-figure plus businesses going into 100Ks as well as you kind of scroll through. Again, with Motion Invest, support is very, very good. It's quick and it's efficient. And also they have pretty much everything you're going to need when you're trying to vet and do your own due diligence. So for example, once you click on the listing and you go through, you're going to get information on the website, income, visitors, multiples, etc., articles, domain authorities. So essentially everything you need to vet the website, including the URL, okay, which is super important because you're going to add that into your SEO tools. So very, very efficient marketplace to use, and also they have price drops as well. So if the website doesn't sell in a certain set time, then the price will drop by a small amount, and you can obviously pick it up. Lastly, you can submit an offer as well with Motion Invest, which is similar to Empire Flippers. You can also submit an offer to most of the listings there, but usually I find with Empire Flippers they kind of sell quite fast. So if it's not very close to asking price, it's probably going to sell on the quicker side. So number 4 on the list is called Investors Club. Again, slightly newer in terms of the marketplaces that you may be aware of. Again, similar to Motion Invests in terms of they have smaller businesses for sale, but they also have bigger businesses for sale as well. So it's kind of in the middle of Motion Invest and Empire Flippers. So let's hit buy. So again, you can sign up, and at the moment they have quite a fair few amount of active listings. The information that you're going to get is very similar to what you're getting in the other marketplaces as well. So you're going to get the revenue, content, information. They also have let's click into one of the listings. They also have essentially a due diligence service that you can pick up and add on to the actual website viewing yourself. So if you go through the listing, you can upgrade to premium, and you're going to get lots more information and analysis essentially from someone in their team. That's going to give you some more information, so you can make an informed decision and hopefully be less risky for yourself. So bear that in mind as well. I do like Investors Club. I think they have really useful and niche relevant different URLs, different content sites for sale. Also, one thing that's pretty cool is you can actually submit a question directly to the seller on the listing itself, which can sometimes be a lot easier in terms of support and getting things done. So feel free to check out Investors Club as well. It does update its listings quite regularly, so that's very good. So let's go into our last one now. Now the last one isn't actually a marketplace, it's more of a Facebook group, but technically it is a marketplace because people are buying and selling in the marketplaces. And I want to share 2 with you, okay? First one, again, it's from Investors Club, and it's a similar version to what they have in the actual marketplace, the active marketplace, but this one is probably on a slightly smaller scale, and it's between people on a private basis, kind of in a private Facebook group, and they're buying and selling their websites, just giving information directly to anyone in the group. Now, of course, there's a tad more risk to this because this is a person from kind of anywhere, but once you can do your due diligence and you understand what to look for, you can find some really interesting golden gems in terms of content sites and niche websites, etc. Because these types of sites won't go to Motion Invest or Investors Club or Empire for whatever reason. So you can maybe pick it up at a lower multiple because someone's trying to sell a little bit faster. So bear that in mind. Essentially, if people are coming here and they are promoting, they're adding their business for sale. Usually, I find the multiples probably a little bit lower, and also the price is a little bit lower because of the place it's being sold. But again, if you know what to look for, you're going to find some gems. And I think some of the first ever content sites that I picked up was from a Facebook group. I think it was actually from this Facebook group. and that was one of my first flips as well. So that was amazing. So feel free to check out these two. The other one's called Niche Website Flippers, very similar to the first one. People coming and they're going to add their websites for sale, give you lots of information. If you're happy and you're interested, you just usually comment, or you can just privately direct message them and ask them for the URL. And then you can go ahead with your negotiations and make sure you do everything through escrow, so it's super simple and extremely risk-free. So those are kind of the 5 places that I'd recommend. In terms of my preference, I'm probably going to go for Empire Flippers first. Empire Flippers is the best in terms of the fact that they do all the due diligence themselves. Customer support is fantastic, and also you know that once you are pre-approved and pre-vetted to see the URL, it's usually a lot easier for you to gain access to different businesses that it's not available for kind of the general public and anyone just to log in to see. You have to have a vetted amount of money in your bank account essentially. So if that's the case, it just means that the more expensive the asset is, probably the higher chance that only a few people have seen it, which means it's a lot easier for you to actually negotiate on, which is fantastic. Also, the post-sale, after acquisition sales support is very, very good as well. So I'd recommend Empire Flippers to be the first marketplace, but essentially it depends on your budget. If your budget's probably in above 10K and below 50K, I think Investors Club or Motion Invest is a really good place to go. Again, you're going to have to be scouring these websites pretty much daily to find something that you really, really want. And then as soon as you do want it, you want to negotiate, send lots of information and questions to the seller and make sure that it's right for you, and then go through the whole due diligence process. And lastly, make sure you take a look at the Facebook groups, because again, they are some golden gems if you know what to look for, and the prices are usually a little bit lower. So hopefully those marketplaces have been helpful for you. Flipper, again, I would recommend, but only if you can do your own due diligence. Sign up for Flipper and then just browse around for a little bit, ask lots of questions so you get to understand what the marketplace is about. Flipper is awesome, and generally the multiples are a little bit lower than the other marketplaces. I just find you have to be very, very sure of what you're buying in Flipper to make sure there's no issues. So anyhow, hopefully that's been useful for you. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.